this is Teacher Michelle. Welcome to Senior High School. Are you excited to be in Senior High? Great! And I will be your teacher in one of the core subjects in Senior High School, oral communication. Today, we'll get to know first the nature and elements of communication. Are you ready? Let's get started. What do you see on the pictures? Yes, we see people sharing information in a meeting. We see people talking over the phone. That's correct. We see billboards. We see road signs and symbols. Those are all correct. Now, from these pictures, what can you say about communication? Yes, communication is the transmission of information and emotion between and among people with the use of verbal and non-verbal cues. In other words, communication is the process of sharing and conveying information and messages from one person to the other within and across channels, context, media, and culture. Also, communication occurs between two or more people, the speaker and the receiver. And it can be expressed through words or verbal, or through actions or non-verbal, or it can be expressed both at the same time. Alright? Now, question. Who are involved in the communication process? Okay, so let's get to know the elements of communication. First, we have the sender or the speaker, the source of information, the source of messages, the one who sends the message. Next is encoding, the process of converting messages into words or actions or in any forms that the speaker understands. Meaning to say, encoding, it is the speaker who encodes the message. Next element is the message. These are the emotions, the information, the thoughts, the ideas being conveyed by the speaker. And this message will travel through a channel. A channel is a medium or a way from this message passes through from the speaker to the receiver. Then we have the receiver, the recipient of the message. And then the receiver will decode the received message. So what is decoding? Decoding is another element of communication, which means interpreting of the encoded message from the speaker by the receiver. In other words, the receiver is the one who decodes the message. Now, the receiver will give his or her feedback. Feedback are the responses, the reactions, and the replies. Okay? And we have to remember that communication process happens everywhere. Communication happens in different environments, and we call it as a context. So context is the environment where communication takes place. And also, we cannot deny the fact that along the communication process, there are factors that distract the flow of communication. And we call them as noise or barriers. Alright? So to recap, we have here the nature of communication. First, it is a process. Second, it occurs between two or more people. And third, it can be expressed in words or verbal or in actions or non-verbal. The elements, we have the sender or the speaker, encoding, the message, the channel, the receiver, the decoding, the feedback, the context, and the noise or barriers. Alright? So there you have it, the nature and the elements of communication. Remember that in any successful relationship, communication is an important ingredient. And when we communicate, it must be heart, honest, open, and two-way communication. This is Teacher Michelle once again, and see you next time.